Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, thousands lining up to see Pope Francis. A possible shift in President Trump's trade war, and it's Bring a Kid to Work Day takeover. Saying goodbye to the People's Pope. Extraordinary scenes from the Vatican. The faithful, by the tens of thousands, lining up into the night to pay their respects to Pope Francis.
You got people just flooding down the street here.
The Basilica kept open until the early hours of the morning. We are inside as cardinals meet at the Vatican today, ahead of that ancient ritual, the conclave.
Wildfire emergency. The blaze in New Jersey raging overnight as dangerous smoke spreads. Air quality alerts now in effect for New York City. How bad will it get? Ginger has the timing.
Breaking news, China just moments ago responds to President Trump's trade war. What they're now saying about negotiations about those sky-high tariffs after top retailers warn of empty store shelves this summer. We're live at the White House.
Dramatic day in court in the Karen Reed murder retrial. Jurors hearing from the mother of the slain officer and one of his oldest friends takes the stand. Our exclusive interview with her this morning.
Putting the brakes on Real ID. At least one state now asking for a pause with the deadline less than 2 weeks away.
Grammy-nominated singer Jelly Roll.
I am not okay. I'm barely getting by.
One step closer to possibly earning a pardon for crimes he committed when he was younger. How he hopes to spread his message of redemption.
Checking out of checking out? A new way of shopping coming to a major retailer. How customers can scan and go, but will it work?
Vandal on the loose in a small seaside town. Who is behind it?
Plus, overnight, the Rockets taking flight.
Green on the run, rises high and throws it down.
Tying their series with the Warriors, while the Celtics and the Cavs take care of business at home. Plus, look who's running the show this morning as we celebrate Bring a Kid to Work Day.
Live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
What a happy day here at GMA. We are packed with kids.
They are everywhere. They are everywhere. Good to have you back, Michael.
Great to be back.
We have a lot to get to, including the wildfire in New Jersey. There's a live shot. This is from our station WPVI. Crews are fighting to contain the flames. Now there are concerns as the dangerous smoke spreads. Ginger is standing by. She's going to have the latest for us.
Yeah, that's coming up. But first, we begin with the celebration of Pope Francis. It was a powerful sight last night as tens of thousands of people lined up to pay their respects. The Basilica kept open until the early hours of the morning. And our chief international correspondent, James Lawman, is in St. Peter's Square with the latest for us. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Francis was not a conventional pope, so perhaps it was fitting that so many people turned up to try to see him that the Vatican changed their plans. They kept doors open until 5:30 in the morning, so as many people could see him as possible. And still this morning, thousands are lining up to see him.
This morning, the rush to see Pope Francis, the People's Pope.
I got up at 4:30 to be here at 5 a.m. like everybody else in this line to pay my respects to Pope Francis.
More than 50,000 from all walks of life and around the world, waiting for hours in massive lines from morning till deep into the night.
You got people just flooding down the street here. You can see all those people up there running. They're all running towards the Basilica because they've reopened the gate.
The Vatican keeping church doors open till 5:30 in the morning to allow as many people as possible in. His wooden coffin placed at ground level, not elevated, so that those gathering can see him more easily.
Our Terry Moran among the sea of mourners filing past that simple casket.
We've just come out of the Basilica and it's extraordinary, this river of people that enter from all over the world. You can tell, you can hear it in the language and the reactions. Some people in tears, a lot of people very prayerful, as you can imagine. Some people almost smiling, all this sense of gratitude and a moment of history for Pope Francis.
American Lana Klein struck by the emotion inside the sanctuary.
Walking in there, it was so silent, but you could feel how much people really cared about him and how much love there was for this man.
Pope Francis will be buried Saturday at St. Mary Major in a tomb bearing the single name Franciscus. He is keeping some traditions. He'll wear his pallium, a scarf-like garment and a symbol of his status as a good shepherd. A bag of coins featuring his portrait and a document summarising his papacy will be buried with him. The cardinals are meeting at the Vatican again this morning, saying they'll meet every day. Their next big task, the conclave. ABC News has learned 133 of the 135 eligible cardinals will plan to choose the next pope. After 2 backed out due to health issues, Francis appointed 80% of them.
We now know there'll be 9 days of official mourning, which means the conclave can't start until May 5th at the earliest. Remember, these cardinals have come from all over the world, so they need time to get to know each other and make this incredibly important decision. Guys.
All right, thank you, James. And I got to say, it was incredible to see tens of thousands of people pouring into the city. You could tell love was in the air. It didn't feel like people were there to mourn. It was like people were there to celebrate Pope Francis. It was special.
He is special.
Yeah. And yet ABC News will have complete coverage of the funeral of Pope Francis beginning Saturday at 3:30 a.m. on ABC, Hulu, and Disney+.
All right, Michael, now to the wildfire in New Jersey with dangerous smoke headed towards New York City as firefighters race to contain the flames. Trevor Alt is in Ocean County, New Jersey with the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin, and we do have some breaking news just in this morning. Officials say they have now made an arrest in the origins of the Jones Road fire, which they now say has charred 15,000 acres. According to officials, law enforcement arrested a 19-year-old man who they say Tuesday morning set a bonfire, lit some wood pallets on fire, and then left the area while failing to extinguish them. And they say the remnants of that bonfire is what then spread into this massive wildfire that what we're hearing from fire crews is still a very active firefight and will likely continue for several days until they can get some soaking rain. For a time, this led to the evacuation of 3,000 people. Those evacuation orders have since been lifted, but we know that this wildfire destroyed a storage building for a business, and there are still some ongoing hotspots. Where we're standing right now, we're seeing some of the smoke here. These have been flaring up. We saw some active flames earlier here this morning, and a big problem that is still impacting the area where we are, about 90 miles south of New York City, and all the way up to New York City, is the haze of smoke that's been surrounding the area. And until we get that rainfall, this fire is going to be ongoing. George?
Okay, Trevor, we want to get more on that from Ginger right now. Are we wearing masks today?
Today, no. I don't think you have to wear a mask. But if you are someone who gets issues, respiratory issues, absolutely by this afternoon, unhealthy for those folks. So I would not be doing a lot of strenuous activity outside. Right now, we're at moderate. But what's going to happen with this light northeast wind, it's going to shift after the noon hour. And that's when we'll start to see unhealthy, the orange popping up from New York City itself and the Bronx over into Long Island. So here's how the wind shift is going to look with the air quality alerts on there. They go up into the Hudson Valley. It's up for all of Long Island, all the way out to Montauk. Watch what happens. This is 9 a.m. this morning. You've got that red over you, so kind of moderate to becoming unhealthy. And then that plume of kind of purple starts to come up to, say, Queens over to LaGuardia, JFK too. And then by tomorrow, we've shifted away and then right back into New Jersey for Friday night. Robin.
Okay, keeping an eye on it, Ginger. Okay, thank you. Now breaking news, China responding to President Trump's trade war, saying no talks or negotiations are taking place. This as the White House shifts its tone. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the latest for us. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. And we are seeing a real change in tone from the White House here as questions grow about whether President Trump is willing to back off his trade war with China. This morning, a noticeable shift in tone from the White House on the trade war with China. The president softening his rhetoric, but still pushing for a deal.
How soon do you want to bring the tariffs on Chinese goods
Well, that
down?
depends on them.
Trump says the U.S. and China are in contact, quote, every day, but isn't offering any details on those talks.
We are going to have a fair deal with China. It's going to be fair.
Are you talking to them actively now?
Actively. Everything's active.
But this morning, China saying the two sides haven't consulted or negotiated at all. China has been defiant since Trump imposed his staggering 145% tariff on all Chinese goods imported into the U.S. A spokesman for the Chinese government signaling they're willing to talk, but that Trump has to change tactics if he wants a deal. saying our doors are open if the U.S. wants to talk. If a negotiated solution is truly what the U.S. wants, it should stop threatening and blackmailing China. Adding to keep asking for a deal while exerting extreme pressure is not the right way to deal with China and simply will not work. For weeks, the president adamant his strategy is working.
I know what the hell I'm doing.
But the softer messaging from the White House comes as Trump's tariffs have rattled the economy, sparking fears of inflation and a possible recession. On Monday, representatives from Walmart, Target, and Home Depot meeting with the president, warning him his tariffs could soon cause empty store shelves in the U.S. The Treasury Secretary reflecting that new tone, trying to calm fears.
I wish to be clear. America first does not mean America alone. To the contrary, it is a call for deeper collaboration and mutual respect among trade partners.
But the whiplash over Trump's tariffs isn't just causing anxiety on Wall Street, but with small businesses and farmers, too.
It feels like tariffs are a little bit harder to deal with because it's entirely out of our control. So that's probably the most difficult part of dealing with this, and nobody knows where it's going to end.
In Wisconsin, Kevin Malchine is a sixth-generation farmer. Most of his soybean crop sold to China, which buys more American soybeans than any other country.
If you had to put it in a word, what has it felt like over the last couple weeks, sort of watching this all play out?
Unsettled would be my word.
And in another sign that the White House may be backing off of these tariffs, sources tell us that the administration is now considering possible exemptions for some tariffs on Chinese auto parts. But the White House says that no final decision has been made, George.
And Mary, in a pretty astonishing ethical breach, the president has set up a cryptocurrency company. He's called for weakening regulations of those companies, and now he's inviting the top investors in his company to a private dinner.
He is, George. Look, the price of the president's cryptocurrency this morning is on the rise after the coin's website announced a chance for top coin holders to win a dinner with the president, billing it as, quote, the most exclusive invitation in the world for the top 220 Trump coin holders. George, it is yet another example of the family's efforts to profit from cryptocurrency.
Pay to play. Okay, Mary, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the war in Ukraine. Overnight, Russia pounding Kyiv with missiles and drone strikes. This as President Trump attacked Ukraine's President Zelenskyy after he pushed back on a U.S. proposal to end the war with Russia that calls for Ukraine to give up territory. Chief Global Affairs anchor Martha Rad is tracking the latest on that. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. These verbal assaults on Zelenskyy come as Russia, which launched the invasion into Ukraine 3 years ago, overnight launched another massive attack.
Overnight, Russia pounding Ukraine with missiles and drone strikes, rocking the capital, Kyiv. The attack is the deadliest in the city since last summer, leaving at least 9 dead and more than 70 injured. And this morning, President Trump calling out Vladimir Putin, saying he is not happy with the Russian strikes on Kyiv, adding, "Vladimir, stop." This while President Trump is reigniting his war of words with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, demanding Zelenskyy accept a U.S. proposed peace deal that heavily favors Russia, prohibiting NATO membership for Ukraine, and forcing Ukraine to surrender territory Russia seized since its 2022 invasion, and Crimea. Zelenskyy said, "There's nothing to talk about. It is our territory, the territory of the Ukrainian people." Lashing out on social media, Trump warning Zelenskyy can have peace or he can fight for another 3 years before losing the whole country. The man with no cards to play should now finally get it done. Later, in the Oval Office, somewhat softening his tone.
As soon as they agree, the killing will stop. But, yeah, I think they went well.
President also saying he believed Russia was ready to sign, but that is not a surprise since Russia would benefit. This is the territory Russia would annex in the deal currently on the table. Ukrainian officials saying they are ready to negotiate, not surrender. But the White House is demanding this deal be final and is doubling down on threats to abandon negotiations.
Trump says he is still hopeful for a deal, but Zelenskyy says there is no way he will accept the one on the table right now, George.
And Martha, we have new details on security breaches by Defense Secretary Hegseth.
Well, Hegseth, of course, is under fire for using the Signal app for what sources say was detailed information about military attack plans for Yemen to his wife and others. And this morning, the Washington Post is reporting that he had the app installed on a computer in his Pentagon office. Hegg says spokesman denying he ever used Signal in the office on a government computer. Of course, they've denied that there is anything wrong with revealing highly sensitive information as well. George?
Right, and it could have been a personal computer in his office. Okay, Martha, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Now to an attempt to put the brakes on Real ID less than 2 weeks before the program is set to begin. Some lawmakers in Kentucky are saying their state is not prepared. Rhiannon Alley joins us with more. Good morning, Rhiannon.
Hey, good morning, Michael. That's right. We've been talking about this for years. You've probably heard about it, the deadline to upgrade your driver's license to a so-called Real ID to be able to use it for travel or to get access to certain government buildings. That deadline is now less than 2 weeks away. But we've seen a lot of problems recently in states across the country, people scrambling to get appointments or having to wait in very long lines. And now, overnight, one state, Kentucky, saying it's not ready yet. Lawmakers there sending a letter to Homeland Security Director Kristi Noem, writing, Kentucky is simply not fully prepared for complete implementation and asking for a delay. Now, the Real ID deadline has already been pushed back multiple times. It was originally scheduled to go into effect back in 2008. So will it be pushed back again? Well, no word this morning on a response from Secretary Noem's office, but she recently said she does want states in compliance and that this will help keep American travelers safe. Now, there is no need to panic, guys. If you have a passport, that will work as well.
Yes, it will. All right, Rhiannon, thank you. Appreciate it. Now, the NBA playoffs, 3 game 2s last night. Will Reed, you got the biggest moments for us?
I sure do, Robin. Good morning, one and all. So something we often discount as fans is the impact that human nature can have on what we see athletes do or fail to do in the arena, especially in the playoffs. The playoffs are intimidating, especially so for a 23-year-old making his playoff debut. The Rockets' Jalen Green acknowledged as much after his first playoff game in Game 1. He said, the lights were bright, his legs were shaky, he couldn't settle in. Well, guys, he got settled in Game 2. Green going nuclear, draining 8 threes against the Warriors. Who does he think he is? Steph Curry? 38 points for Green. Houston handling Golden State 109-94. The Warriors were without star Jimmy Butler for most of the game. He suffered a pelvic contusion after that hard foul from Amen Thompson, who came in and cut his legs out. Butler is scheduled for an MRI today. Game 3 back in the Bay on Saturday. Also last night, the Celtics up 2-0 against the Magic now. The Cavs handling the Heat. They are up 2-0 as well. And looking ahead to tonight, title favorite Oklahoma City taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost by approximately $1 trillion to the Thunder in Game 1. Memphis vowing to play better. Promises made, promises kept. Promises still not enough to actually win. The Thunder rolled again on Tuesday. 27 points from potential league MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Game 3 tonight in Memphis.
Tough to come back, you told us yesterday, when you're down 2-0.
Especially when you're playing the Thunder, who are like the 96 Bulls right now.
Yeah, beating everybody.
Thank you, Will.
You got it.
Coming up, an emotional day of testimony in the Karen Reed murder retrial as the victim's mother takes the stand.
And Eva Pilgrim is here with the latest on singer Jelly Roll and his road to redemption. Hey, Eva.
Hey, Michael. Jelly Roll has never hidden his past of addiction and crime from fans, saying he shares his story hoping to inspire others to turn their lives around. Well, now he hopes to get a pardon for his criminal past. I'll tell you just how he got one step closer to that goal, Robin.
Okay, Eva, thank you. Also had the big change coming to a major retailer.
Hey, take a look who's taking over for Bring a Kids to Work Day. The kids, they are running the show. Yeah, great job, kids. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA. That's country star Jelly Roll performing at the Billboard Awards, performing that hit, I Am Not Okay. He's now one step closer to receiving a pardon for past crimes as he vows to help others change their lives. And we have all those details coming up.
He seems really committed to it.
He does.
First new at 7:30. Tens of thousands of people are lining up at the Vatican to pay their respects to Pope Francis. Last night, the Basilica was kept open until the early hours of the morning as cardinals are set to meet at the Vatican ahead of the conclave to elect a new pope. Also, Carlos Santana was forced to cancel a second concert in Texas last night after he collapsed during a sound check Tuesday, was rushed to the hospital. Santana experienced dehydration, then tested positive for COVID. His representative says he's doing well and that shows will be rescheduled.
And the Tennessee Titans are on the clock. They have the #1 pick in the NFL draft, which kicks off tonight in Green Bay. They're expected to take Miami quarterback Cam Ward. We're live in Wisconsin with a preview in our next hour, George.
And it's coming up now to day 2 of the Karen Read retrial. An emotional day of testimony, including the mother of the victim taking the stand for the first time. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman has the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. That's right. There were tears on the witness stand as the mother of the Boston cop, Karen Read, is accused of killing, described seeing her son's face the morning he was found. But that mother, Peggy O'Keefe, and another witness, a paramedic, also describing how distressed Karen Read was that morning, so shaken she was ordered hospitalized for psychological evaluation.
Good afternoon, Mrs. O'Keefe.
This morning, John O'Keefe's mother breaking her 3-year silence, tearfully recounting the moment she learned of her son's death.
He's bruised up. His eyes were closed. It's just not a good scene.
Karen Read facing second-degree murder charges, accused of hitting O'Keefe, a Boston police officer, with her SUV and leaving him for dead in another officer's yard during a blizzard in 2022. Peggy O'Keefe recounting already suspecting Karen Read at the hospital that morning.
I hear Karen Read yell, "Peg, is he dead? Is he dead, Peg? Peg, is he dead?" And I just kept walking.
Peggy testifying that she had spoken with Read on her way to the hospital.
I asked her what happened, and she said, we went to a party. I left him there. I said, "You just left him there?" She said, "Yes, I just left him there."
Read insists she's innocent, instead blaming law enforcement for a cover-up to hide negligent police work. Those allegations of a conspiracy fueling an online obsession.
I believe in Karen Read's innocence.
I don't think there's enough evidence to convict her, at least from what we saw in the first trial, but I'm also not 100% convinced that she is not guilty.
Protests outside of court.
Hey now! Hey now!
And dividing a Boston suburb.
Free Karen Read!
The first trial ending with a deadlocked jury and a mistrial. And now Kerry Roberts, one of John O'Keefe's oldest friends, who helped Read look for his body in the snow that day, questioned in court about previously contradictory testimony given to a grand jury.
Did you lie?
I did not intentionally. I said I misunderstood the question, Mr. Jackson.
Roberts speaking exclusively with ABC News in the days leading up to her testimony.
Could you ever have imagined driving that snowy, blizzardy January morning in 2022 that this would be your future?
No, you couldn't. It's unimaginable. If you only knew the amount of threats, and it's just every day there's something new.
Some of Karen Read's supporters have even heckled Peggy O'Keefe, John O'Keefe, the victim's mother, who you just saw on the stand. Now, if convicted of second-degree murder, Read could face up to life in prison. But a reminder that jurors in that first trial telling us that given the evidence the prosecution presented, they would have acquitted her on that charge. Guys.
All right, Matt, that's saying a lot, I guess. Thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to country music star Jelly Roll. The Tennessee Parole Board recommending that the Grammy-nominated musician's criminal record be cleared. Eva Pilgrim is here with the details of that. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Michael. From troublemaker to hitmaker, Jelly Roll's life story has been an inspiration to so many. He's been fighting for a pardon for his previous criminal mistakes, hoping to take his message global.
I am not okay. I'm barely getting by.
This morning, Grammy-nominated country music singer Jelly Roll closer to potentially winning a pardon for crimes he committed before becoming a star. The Tennessee Board of Parole unanimously recommending the governor pardon Jelly Roll, whose legal name is Jason DeFord. Jelly Roll has been open about the time he served for convictions ranging from a robbery when he was 17 to drug charges when he was 23.
I think it's important that I talk about it because it's a big thing. I want to give people hope and second chances, and also I never want to act like I'm running from what I did.
Jelly Roll telling the parole board during a recent hearing that he wants to be an inspiration for people who are now where I used to be, to let them know that change is truly possible.
I think he has a chance to rehabilitate a generation. I really believe that.
Davidson County Sheriff Darren Hall spoke on the Nashville natives' behalf at the parole hearing.
What we need in this country and our young people to see that mistakes are going to be made. It's how you handle that and own up to it. And go do something positive with your life.
Glad to be a part of the Idol family the rest of the season.
The current American Idol artist in residence sharing his story of adversity and homelessness in hit songs like Son of a Sinner.
I guess I'm just a little right and wrong.
He often visits jails, rehabs, and youth centers between shows. Jelly Roll has been a vocal advocate on mental health and addiction, even appearing on Capitol Hill. He says getting a pardon could help make international travel easier for him, allowing him to spread his personal message of redemption even further.
I was a part of the problem. I am here now standing as a man that wants to be a part of the solution.
Now, the decision on whether to pardon the country music superstar ultimately up to the Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. He has said that they take every decision on this process very seriously. He evaluates all of the cases, and he usually has a decision on these pardons in December. Jelly Roll is headlining Stagecoach this weekend, guys.
So glad that you brought this to us. I mean, he such respect for how he owns up to what he did.
And I remember
in the
when he
past.
was on the show, he's so grateful for where he is now. And then he's showing other people, I was where you are, and this is where I am now. You can do it too. I love it.
He wants to spread that word. Now, the big change coming to a major retailer, phasing out cashiers in favor of technology that will have customers scan and pay for their purchases themselves. And so, Rebecca, you're going to tell us all about it. We're talking about 600 Sam Clubs here?
Yeah, 600 Sam's Clubs by the end of this year. They have this scan and go technology where instead of doing self-checkout or going through the checkout, you download their app, you walk into the store. Once you're inside the store and you're putting things in your cart, you scan each item, the barcode on each item, and then as you walk out the store, there's no more checkout. Instead, when you leave the store, you walk through this AI camera that scans you in the cart to make sure that you've got everything paid for, and you walk out with your things. And they believe that this will eventually cut down on time. Of course, there's that sort of learning curve here, and you mentioned this, we were talking about this. What if you don't have an iPhone? What if you don't have a smartphone to download that app? Initially, they will be having people inside the store who can help with that. But in the long run, it's probably going to be a process where eventually they assume everyone will have a smartphone.
So no cashiers, but what about the person who stands there and has to put the check for you to get out the door?
Right? Yeah, exactly. They got to make sure you got that check on your, the receipt thing. You know what they do. They check it over. But the reality here is they say they're going to have the same number of employees, but the employees will be doing different things. And some of those employees better be trained on helping people throughout the store using the app, because that is a learning curve in and of itself.
It's going to change the way we shop.
Absolutely. And we were talking about this as well. Already we're starting to see this. Amazon Go has this. People might have noticed it inside of some airports. You can go in Chicago, Dallas, New York right now. There's stores inside of those airports where you walk in, you scan your phone, you walk out with all your items. They're paid for.
And what do they mean for jobs?
Well, the issue for jobs here is that they're different. The skill set is different. So rather than being the cashier, you have to essentially be the IT person to help people through that, both in the store and then on the back end, making sure it works seamlessly for people.
What do you think about this?
I think it's really interesting, but I would hope that it doesn't incentivize people to spend more. Because I think when you're not at that cashier, seeing each item go through, seeing the bill add up,
that's true.
You can end up with a much bigger bill at the end of the day.
And you're going to help us with our savings later in the show.
Always.
All right.
Thanks, Robin.
Thank you. As always, Rebecca. Now with our play of the day and the story of a very persistent bandit, a true crime story here, Sam?
A true crime play of the day, Robin. Imagine a small seaside town rocked by a mysterious criminal on the loose, causing damage to property. And as you can imagine, the whole village is abuzz. Well, it sounds like it could be a hit miniseries, but no. It's very real, and the culprit is going to surprise you. This morning, a terrifying menace is shaking the residents of tranquil Rockport, Massachusetts to their core, leaving destruction like this in his wake.
He's taking out all our mirrors in town.
He's making the rounds.
He's definitely a vandal.
Could it be a masked bandit?
Good morning, señorita.
Or a criminal mastermind?
And we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
So the menace in our community is a pileated woodpecker.
Janelle Favalora was the first one in the seaport town to recognize the criminal's handiwork. Posting to a neighborhood alert on her Facebook page, there has been a vandal breaking vehicle mirrors. He's described as 18 to 24 inches tall, wearing black and white and a red hat. Turns out this little guy's the suspect.
At first, when it happened to our own work truck, I blamed it on my husband. Then he blamed it on our son.
But it was this pileated woodpecker that was just looking for love, much like our friend Woody.
She's here, right on time. Why, hello there, Winnie.
It seems he saw himself reflected in the car mirrors and mistook his reflection for a rival, causing him to peck it out.
Is love really a crime? Is love really a crime?
Some folks in Rockport have gone so far as wrapping their car mirrors in trash bags and even folding them into the car whenever they leave, so they won't be this woodpecker's next victim. But true crime solved.
That's right. But I love how the wife said, I blame my husband. My husband blamed the son. What I do? What I do? All right, Sam.
Vindication for the kids.
Yeah, it is. Coming up, it's, speaking of kids, it's Bring a Kid to Work Day. And check out these kids. They clocked in bright and early. They are ready to go, from hair and makeup to props to the control room. They are helping us take care of business. Yes.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Saying goodbye to the People's Pope. Extraordinary scenes from the Vatican. Tens of thousands lining up to pay their respects to Pope Francis.
You've got people just flooding down the street here.
The Basilica kept open until the early hours of the morning as cardinals meet at the Vatican today, ahead of the ancient ritual, the conclave.
WWE superstar John Cena fighting back against hair loss, revealing he got a hair transplant. What he's saying about being bullied into it. Ben Affleck talks criticism.
This is terrible. I mean, this is terrible. Why did you do this?
Opening up about his toughest movie critics of all. And they are pretty close to home.
And it's Bring a Kid to Work Day. Our staff's mini-me's getting the job done in front of the cameras and behind the scenes. As they say,
live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good Morning America.
I'm sorry, what was that thing?
I couldn't never tell.
Good Morning America. Oh, they're having fun, and it's so fun to see them everywhere, and they are everywhere. We're talking about hair and makeup, props, the control room, and even joining us in the studio.
Yeah, they're running the show. Yeah. They're going to be here all morning long.
Look at them.
Yeah. Look at them, just running up in the camera like that. We even have a special edition of Deals with Tori Johnson's daughter, Emma.
We're looking forward to that. First look at the top story. There they are. First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the celebration of Pope Francis. Tens of thousands are lining up to pay their respects. Chief International Correspondent James Longman is in St. Peter's Square. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. Francis was not a conventional pope, so it's perhaps fitting that because so many people have turned up to see him, the Vatican have changed the rules. They kept the doors open last night till 5:30 in the morning to allow the crowds in. We were actually walking through the Vatican last night, close to midnight. We saw hundreds of people rushing up to the Basilica. Once inside, they get to see Pope Francis in a simple wooden casket laid low so that people can get a good look as they go past. This is ahead of Saturday when the funeral will take place. Millions will be watching around the world. Thousands will be in St. Peter's Square. And then, of course, the conclave. We know 135 cardinals are eligible to vote. Two of them, though, have dropped out due to ill health. And we know that the earliest possible date for the conclave is now May 5th because there are multiple days of mourning ahead of that. And ultimately, these cardinals, they come from all over the world. They need time to get to know each other before they make this incredibly important decision. Guys.
Okay, James, thanks very much. We're going to turn into new developments now connected to the Long Island serial killer case. Police have identified two bodies found near Gilgo Beach nearly 3 decades after their deaths. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Tursky is here with that. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. For almost 30 years, a mother and child were anonymous victims tied to Gilgo Beach and the serial killings that haunted the Long Island shoreline. Now, police know who they are and hope they're on a path to determining who killed them. Tanya Denise Jackson was a 26-year-old Army veteran living in Brooklyn before her remains were found in 1997 stuffed inside a plastic container. Until now, she had been known as Peaches because of a distinctive tattoo. A 2-year-old girl whose body was found nearby in 2011 is now identified as Tatiana Marie Dykes. Their bodies were discovered along the same beachfront allegedly used as a dumping ground by suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann. He has pleaded not guilty to murdering 7 women. He has not been charged in the deaths of Jackson and her daughter, and police did not say whether he would be. As they put it, guys, we have 27 years of catching up to do, and they're asking anyone who knew Jackson or served in the Army with her, maybe at Fort Sam Houston or Fort Gordon, to come forward, guys.
And we hope that they will do that. Okay, Aaron, thank you. We're going to turn now to the NFL Draft, round 1 tonight. Green Bay, and Ike Ajachi is there, has a preview for us. Good morning, Ike.
Good morning, Robin. We are here bright and early. There you go. We're here in Green Bay, Wisconsin for the NFL Draft. Now, this is the league's smallest market, but if you ask some of these crazy fans next to me, they'll tell you this city has the biggest heart. Am I right, guys? Now, in just a few hours, thousands of fans will pack this space behind me, all for a chance to witness some amazing athletes' lives change forever. And at the top of that list is former Miami quarterback Cam Ward, who's expected to be selected by the Tennessee Titans. Ward finishing his D1 career with the most total touchdowns in college history. Up next on the clock is the Cleveland Browns. Colorado University's Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter expected to go there. The one-of-a-kind generational athlete known for playing both offense and defense, coached by Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, which leads to the 3rd pick by the New York Giants, a pick that's still not locked in. Many experts expect New York to draft Penn State defensive end Abdul Carter, but there's still some noise about the team drafting a quarterback at the pick. Will it be Shedeur Sanders, who's shown flashes of true stardom, or will they go in another direction? Well, us and the 31 other teams are going to have to wait and find out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN. You guys ready? Yeah! Back to you guys.
They are ready. Okay, Ike, thanks. Coming up on a GMA morning menu, John Cena is revealing he had a hair transplant. He's going to tell us why he says fans pushed him into doing it.
Also ahead, Rebecca Jarvis is answering your questions about your wallet worries, from putting away money for your kids to securing your retirement savings.
What's in your wallet? Plus, views of the Oscar-winning movie Conclave are soaring. But how accurate is it about electing a pope? We'll tell you in Pop News. And Sam, you got 2 special guests with you?
Robin, you guys come upstairs, because hanging out with Stacey London and Clinton Kelly, this is like hanging out with friends, really. I almost said old friends, but I'm not going to go there. We're not going there. Friends. They're going to give you some fashion tips. They're here to tell us about their new show, and it's really all about embracing your personal style, if you will. That's coming up right here on GMA. Good?
Good, great,
right.
Thank you.
Good, perfect.
We are back with our GMA cover story. WWE superstar John Cena revealing they had a hair transplant. He says bullying from fans pushed him to do it. We'll read back with the story. Hey, Will.
Hey, George. Good morning again. John Cena, yeah, he's one of the biggest stars in wrestling history. He's got a huge movie and TV career, too, but he's also a human being with feelings and is among the 70% of men who experienced some form of hair loss. And fans had been chirping him for bald spots, so he announced he went and did something about it.
Thank you for bullying me into getting surgical hair replacement. Like, that's how far y'all push me.
This morning, WWE heavyweight John Cena is fighting back against hair loss and addressing the bullying he says he experienced as a result of it.
I'm in the Rumble, trying to win, and like, man, I was a bald spot. Like, yo, that's not fair. I can't control that.
Cena, fresh off winning his 17th WWE Championship belt, talking to the Pat McAfee show about undergoing a hair transplant to deal with the insecurity.
You take the lawn over here and you put it on the dry spot. It just takes a while for it to come in. Yes.
It looked good.
It's coming in, man. It's coming. Hopefully a couple months. It looks better. You guys ripped me to shreds for a genetic problem that I can't control.
Hair loss affects an estimated 50 million men in the U.S. alone, with around 70% of men affected by male pattern baldness. Experts say it's normal to lose up to 100 strands a day, but for many men, it's about more than shedding. It's about self-image.
Never take chances with hair. Right, it's our business card. My best advice is go early to the doctor, because anything hair, it's very important to treat early.
Cena telling fans he's hoping to be sporting a look they haven't seen very soon.
Once it gets better and I got the long flowing locks, then I'll be like, yo, go to this guy. And if you're thinking about it, truly go to this guy. So I'm working on it, work in progress.
Hey, we appreciate the vulnerability, the authenticity, and while we wait for the results of Cena's hair transplant, our doctor did say there are other things people can try first, such as frontline medications like minoxidil liquid or foams and finasteride pills, or even getting platelet-rich plasma injected into the scalp. But take care if you're using compounded topical finasteride. The FDA just released a warning about potential risks there. But as always, speak to your doctor about all this stuff, Michael.
Yeah, no doubt. Speak to your Dr. Will. Thank you so much for that. And it's time now for our new series, Wallet Worries. As the White House's tariff plans play out, many people are worried about their savings. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is back to answer your questions about how to save in this uncertain time. Rebecca, as always, you got answers for us, and we have questions for you.
Yes.
So one of the most Googled questions is how to protect your retirement savings right now as markets plunge. What can people do?
Yeah, and we've seen all of this volatility. We've been covering it here on GMA every day. I understand how very stressful that is to see, and I've been doing this, covering these things for the last couple of decades. I was there in 2008 in the Great Recession. So here's what you want to do, especially if you're close to retirement. Remember that you don't need to sell your entire portfolio on a single day. You have time. You can give yourself time. Don't sell everything on day one. Give the market time to recover. Remember, the best days for stocks generally happen close to the worst days for stocks, and we've been seeing that recently. The stock market in a recession generally takes 1 to 2 years to recover. So if you're close to retirement, delay that withdrawal from savings. Avoid making emotional decisions, as hard as that is to do. If you're years away from retirement, you want to diversify that portfolio. So it's not all Bitcoin, it's not all gold, it's not all one stock. You keep it diversified. That is what keeps your portfolio growing. And then finally, keep a cash buffer. This is important, and it's actually a good time to have because CDs pay higher rates, high yield savings accounts pay higher rates. So if you keep it there in an FDIC insured bank, you're safe.
So don't panic, and if you have some cash, make sure you keep a little buffer if you can.
Yeah.
Okay, and our next question from Therese from Brantford, Connecticut. Let's see what she has to say.
I have a 3-year-old. Where is the best place to invest money to help build equity for his future?
Okay, so she's in good company because there's a lot of parents with 3-year-olds in the studio this morning for Take Your Child to Work Day. The best thing you can do if you're specifically investing for education is a 529 plan. And the reason for this is that there's tax savings on it. You don't pay on the money that goes in on taxes. You don't pay on the money that comes out. If you want more flexibility, a custodial brokerage account, that's more general. Parents or grown-ups can take that out for a child, for a minor, and then eventually it becomes available to that minor when they turn 18 or 21. But you have to be aware that there's more tax implications and risks there. And then again, that high yield savings account. Take your kid. I remember this. I went with my parents to the bank. Did you do this, Michael?
I did it.
You break all your pennies in, you put them in an account. It feels so good. That and get a library card too. Those are 2 fun days for kids.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Spend time with your parents, but learn about finances.
That's
I think
right.
that's the thing. We don't discuss finances enough as families.
Make
and your
them
kids
a part
grow up,
of the
make them part of
conversation.
it.
It's so helpful, yeah.
And our next question is a combination from our friend Kim Pantaleone and another, and the other combo is from the most Googled question out there. So I want you to help us understand, what are the benefits of using a savings account versus a checking account?
Yes. So the benefit of a savings account can be that it will pay you higher interest. So again, high yield savings accounts, CDs act sort of like a savings account. You get paid higher interest. It's also a psychological thing. If you're setting money aside, and it's generally important to have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings that you're not touching. So if you have a job loss, if you get sick, you have that money there as a little underpinning, a little pillow to fall back on for yourself. And then also having that ability, that flexibility to know that you're sitting on something, you've got this little nest egg that's growing. It's psychological as much as anything.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. You always give us the right answers. You always let us know what's going on coming to finance. We appreciate you. And tomorrow, we're going to take a closer look at the job market right now and what to do if you want to switch jobs. Time now for news. for Pop News with Sam Champion. Yeah.
Wow, that was an intro, Michael. And you have to come over because I've got a little something for you, apparently. Robin just told me about all this. All right, we begin Pop News this morning with the movie Conclave. Now, look, we know the world is focused on the passing of the Pope, Pope Francis, and here's the proof. This movie has now skyrocketed in popularity. Luminate, a company that tracks streaming numbers, revealing that streams of the Oscar-winning film are up 283% right now. And with interest in the Vatican proceedings at an all-time high, Netflix's The Two Popes also spiked in viewership. Streaming numbers for that film are up 417%. So cardinals around the world will now begin sequestering in the Vatican next month and will continue voting up to 4 times a day until the Catholic Church agrees on a new leader. That's when you see the white smoke and you know that the process is completed.
You said you watched it on the flight?
Yeah, I did.
I
did. It was great.
Yeah, they're both
They're very interesting.
Did it help you understand, everything that's about happening? Because it reminded me of a lot.
And it was a really fun watch.
Yeah. It did help me understand, and a lot of the behind the channel things that go on.
Yeah.
But definitely interesting. It's worth it. I loved it.
All right. Friend of the show, Ben Affleck, appearing on Jimmy Kimmel last night to chat about his new film, The Accountant 2. So he said that his harshest movie critics actually live with him. Take a look.
My kids, they're like very tough, and they don't censor their criticism. You know what I mean? So they'll sit right next to me watching a movie and just while it's happening, this is terrible. I mean, this is terrible. Why did you do this? Like, you could wait till it ended.
The kids liked it, though.
They did. And they were like, yeah, it was good. And they were shocked. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, as if, I got so lucky, this magical accident happened, and something I did was okay.
I just love Ben Affleck. Ben has his kids. I have my mom. She's exactly the same way. Affleck went on to tell Jimmy that his kids, his stepkids, and all of their friends came to the premiere to support him. The Accountant 2 is in theaters right now, and you can watch Ben's full interview with Jimmy online right now.
I saw it last week.
What did you think?
Yeah, I just love that whole account. I love his character, John Bernthal's character. It's great. It's great. Worth it.
All right, good.
Yeah, another good one.
Put it on the checklist of things to watch. And now to our series, Sideline Superheroes. Now this morning, let's head to Alabama to spotlight one football coach who embodies the idea that coaching goes beyond playing a game on the field. Back in 2019, Steve Carter, who coached football at Athens High School, captured the attention of the country with this viral video. He was teaching his athletes how to change a tire on a car. And that isn't the only time he went above and beyond to give his players skills they needed off the field. So once a week, Coach showed these young men how to do something handy, from fixing a lawnmower to magnetizing a screwdriver, which is something I didn't know I needed until right now. Don't know how to do it. Every screwdriver should be magnetized so you don't have to drop the screw, it doesn't fall out. I'm like, Coach, where are you? All right, he also showed them how to pour paint without spilling a drop. And just a few months ago, Coach Carter made the switch to the college level, becoming an assistant defensive line coach at the University of North Alabama, where he used to play in college. And tomorrow, we've got some professional footballs to continue the idea players coming in to join us in the studio. Now, a few of the Super Bowl champs will be here from Philadelphia Eagles talking about their incredible Autism Foundation. And Michael, Robin identified this for me, so I am not going to do the whole thing. I'm not.
He didn't want to do it, but he's going to go forward anyway.
No, wait, George. I'm just going to show the front. I'm not going to show you the back. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Anyway, that's tomorrow.
All I can say is, you wish.
That's Pop News, Ginger.
I will never forget. I'll never forget the booze we got when we went to Philadelphia. I love that rivalry. It's so fun.
I am so happy right now. Time for Deals and Steals. Tori is celebrating Bring a Kid to Work Day with a very special assistant, her beautiful daughter, Emma. This is her 3rd year. You're going to have a lot of fun with this?
Definitely. I'm grateful to be here.
And this is often small businesses. You know how to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into it. Cushionaire up first. They've really hit the shoe trifecta. Trendy styles, budget-friendly, comfortable. Mm-hmm. It feels lightweight, like walking on clouds.
Oh, it does.
And a wide assortment. Platforms, slip-on sneakers, sandals, you name it, all from Cushionaire.
And all 50% off today, starting at $25. A GMA newbie in honor of Emma. A newbie in honor of Emma. Another newbie in honor of Emma.
A personal favorite. Yes, so this is Nori Press, the handheld iron. I travel a lot for work, and I take it with me in my carry-on. You can iron clothes anywhere you go. I also have one at home in my tiny apartment because I don't have an ironing board, so there's Nori coming in hand.
So you don't need an ironing board? You don't need a steamer? This does it all?
You literally go right up to the clothing, and you can do it. It's got six different fabric-specific heat settings, plus a steam option as well, and it fits in your carry-on. So what's better than that? I was going to say, and pretty.
Pretty color,
You're right, pretty colors too. And it's 50% off.
Can't beat that. All right, what is this here? What are we talking about here?
She's Birdie. So I'm one of the 3.5 million who feel safer carrying one of these She's Birdie personal safety alarms. Fortunately, I've never had to use one of these, but if I were ever in an uncomfortable position, I would simply pull this pin, which will make a very loud sound to startle someone, but then alert others that I need help. So really incredible product.
And as a mom, I'm glad it's on your bag because it's so easy. It should be on all of ours.
Like you can clip it on anywhere.
Bag, anything. And
keyring.
Unbelievable deal today. They're $19.
Oh, we can't beat that.
50% off. Really good.
Are these handmade? What's this here?
Yes.
Yeah, so bag charms, the latest fun accessory. I think my mom would probably choose one on a bag. I would pile them all on, but super fun selections, as you can see.
And all hand painted, as you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Look at how beautiful
they're
they are.
stunning. So a wide assortment. We also have a ton of claw clips, pretty brushes from Solar Eclipse. And look at them,
they're so pretty.
stunning.
They're really gorgeous. And bag charms, as you said, are the hottest trend. Emma said, if I'm coming, I want the hottest trend.
all of them.
All slash and half from Solar Eclipse starting at $7.
You can't beat that. And this is award-winning, not just any
color
hair
wow.
care.
So yeah, when we think about our hair, we all want that wow factor, right? So I love products from Cushionaire. I use their Dream Coat and
this one.
anti-frizz. As you can tell, my hair is super smooth and shiny thanks to this. We are also huge fans of root cover-up, volumizer, you name it, wide assortment.
I love the root cover-up.
Really good. Yeah. I also I love that they're saying this is a money mist, and it specifically says on it, if you want glossy, expensive-looking hair, the blue bottle's for you. Who does it?
There you go.
All of this, if you've got a hair concern, they've got a solution. All slash and half starts at $12.
Okay, and always a fan favorite.
A favorite. Our family loves softies. I mean, feel this fabric, how buttery smooth
Even
is
more
that?
so. Yeah,
I think that's their
always.
lightest, airiest fabric yet from softies.
Super breathable.
Plus,
wash
now
as
also
well.
great for spring with those short sleeves, hoodies, long sleeves, V-necks. You're like, bring it all.
Yeah, I'll take it all.
Especially because we're used to wearing it in the cool weather. So now they've got options for year round. And the sets, Robin, all slashed in half today. So you get your big choices when you go online.
50% off.
You got it.
You are a mini-me. You know that, Emma. You know that. And she's going to come back. They got more deals and steals. But next, fashion experts Stacey London and Clinton Kelly are back with a new show, and they're here to tell us all about it. It's Bring Your Kid to Work Day, and I'm so glad you brought Emma to work today.
Thank you. Glad to meet you.
Great deals, too.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Kid to Work Day. It's always a fun time in the city with all of the kids around.
They are everywhere, and the theme this year is for a new generation. And all morning, they've been learning how to get the job done behind the scenes. Sam, what you got?
That looks like so much fun. All right, Stacey London and Clinton Kelly, the team from that makeover show, What Not to Wear. Remember it? It is a fan favorite. They have a brand new series that's basically called Wear Whatever You Want. And take a look at a clip.
Clothes are a great reminder that you do matter. When you start putting clothes on your body that make you feel powerful, it can give you the jump start you need.
Yeah. I think style is the first thing that drops off when you are going through difficulties in life, but it is the first thing that you can pick back up when you're ready.
Oh, we love it. And Stacey and Clinton join us now. It is so great to see you guys.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
We're like
even if we separated you over there, I would love to be right here, but hi.
It's too rowdy. It's too rowdy here, just in case. No, you guys are great together. We love the spirit, the energy. What makes this show a little bit different from What Not to Wear?
It's actually a lot different from What Not to Wear, right? So for 10 years,
We laid down the law, the style rules, right? And then the world changed and the rules went out the window.
And we changed.
We changed as human beings. So we came up with this idea that really puts our client in the driver's seat. Like, it's like, tell us everything that you hope and dream for yourself, and we'll help you get there style-wise.
Now, how has your personal style changed, like, over the years?
Oh, I mean, Clinton's has it.
I'm still wearing the same thing for the last 30 years.
Right. I'm probably mixing a lot more prints, and I don't wear a ton of skirts anymore. I wear suits. I love suits. I wear pants a lot.
Yeah.
I am wearing high heels.
This is very rare.
But this is rare.
Oh, really?
But it looks so great.
I love it. After 15 years, I think my back's had it. Well, I can stand in place.
I do love the white booty. We have some great questions from viewers.
Okay.
The first one is looking for a little fashion advice. Let's take a look at this first one from Shizzy.
Hi guys, I love wearing my motorcycle jacket, but sometimes I feel limited to what I can wear with it. Help.
Help. We're here to help.
I feel like we need flags.
Well, a motorcycle jacket you can think of as any other jacket. If you want, actually think about it like a denim jacket. So all the stuff that you would pair with denim, you could pair with a great leather motorcycle jacket.
And I think that people think that it's masculine in
Sure.
the way that it feels, right? It's
Yes,
heavier.
yes.
But you could really change it up if you did something like that,
That's
right? You
so
could make it
cute.
much
Actually,
more feminine.
I
would wear that.
I could
I would
see
wear
you.
that.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Totally.
Right? Because we love the idea of it a little more feminine. Have fun with your fabrics. Really, truly try and find things that are interesting
And
in
mix
terms
up
of
different
mixing
textures.
them.
That's what you're doing today,
Exactly.
too.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah,
That's
and
exactly what I'm doing.
I see.
And it does look modern. So here's our next question is from Kate. Take a look.
I always wear all black because I feel like it's more flattering on me, but I'm interested in finding more ways to incorporate color as we head into spring. Do you have any suggestions?
More color.
More color. Well, if you're wearing all black, right, that's fine. Again, if you're doing it intentionally. But, you know, there are lighter neutrals. So that's the first thing that we always say, right?
Yeah.
You can always do a lighter neutral in spring, summer.
Right.
Like navy is a great, great option. But if you want to do something else.
Yeah, actually the lighter neutrals like army green or navy and gray pair really well with color. So I always say that navy is the nice step from black. It's a little more flattering on skin tones,
Yes.
right? And it pairs more easily, especially with all the spring colors like the pastels, the buttery yellows, the green, the blue. It's easier to do that with navy than it is with black.
And you really can do it with the brighter blues and the grays as well. The idea is that black is so harsh that, again, we've got a lot of pastels and accessories. If you want to participate in that trend, that's an easy way to do it.
And how many different pastels would you integrate? Like, let's just say you're wearing an all navy outfit. How many pastels do you do?
Probably do a neutral shoe and a pastel bag, or a pastel shoe and a neutral bag. It's hard to mix pastels.
Right, or you could do like a leopard, you know, something
yeah.
that's like a neutral print, as we like to talk about.
Yes, yeah, leopard is a neutral now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, it's always been a neutral. It's been a neutral since 2003.
When we started, way back
I thought
when.
it was breaking news.
Yeah, this just in.
We have another question from Lauren. Let's take a look.
I see so many women wearing oversized dress shirts, but I don't know how to style them to fit my body. Any suggestions?
Yeah, how do you get it so it's not that? I have this issue where you feel like you're wearing a bag, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, that is sort of the trend, right? I mean, the trend is the oversized shirt, so it's going to look oversized. Now, if you don't want your body to look tenty, you can look for shirts that have a little more seaming to them that fit closer to the body.
Oh, okay.
Or a little bit of fabric goes a long way. There's a lot of different cottons in the world, and the poplins are going to be a little bit stiffer than something like this, which is a voile, which is, as you can see, is a lot sheerer, a lot lighter. So one of the things that we also suggest is that, look, you could wear this as a shacket, right? You could wear
Think of
it
it as
open
outerwear.
and think of
You know a
tucking in
shacket,
it.
Sam?
I know
Have
a
you heard that
shacket.
lingo?
Yeah. But
then
you can
tuck
still
in-
see your form.
Right,
Like
you have a
right.
t-shirt or a tank, you tuck in, you can do it with a belt and a jean, or...
Yeah, you define your waist with the belt underneath, wear the shirt open so that you don't feel like it's overwhelming you.
But I love the idea of a men's shirt over a bathing suit. I think that's so chic for the beach.
Like a cover-up.
Agreed.
You mean not a large black T-shirt that comes to here? I feel like we need residency here.
We have already shocked you. They've been so kind because I got dressed in the dark and I didn't realize that I was wearing black and blue at the same time until we got here.
We did.
So
We did.
I know. And I love you for being kind thus far. All right. You can watch all 8 episodes of Clinton and Stacey's show. Sorry, they're awesome for a reason. So watch this show on Prime Video.
Now with more deals and steals, and since it's Bring a Kid to Work Day, Tori's daughter Emma is here with us. And Emma, you're just as excited about shopping in small businesses as your mom.
Oh, yeah.
As your mom is. Do you see yourself following your mom's footsteps?
100%. I want to be her when I grow up.
I do too, actually. Yeah.
Seriously, she's my role model, best friend, everything.
Well, you're on the right track because
She's mine.
we were talking about how when you do this, you're flawless at it. Like it's just, apple falls right from the tree.
Thank you.
Well, she is a product junkie like I am, so it comes naturally.
It's
it's
true.
easy.
And you bought us some great
all right,
products.
you want to
Like
get
this-
to it?
this is beautiful.
Sterling Forever.
Sterling Forever, yes. It's really classic jewelry that never goes out of style. We're both wearing this sterling silver heart pendant. Fun fact, my dad bought my mom a diamond heart for a holiday many moons ago. She got so many compliments that we went to Sterling Forever and said, you need to make a pave CZ version of it.
Oh.
I swear you couldn't tell the difference.
When we put them side by side, the diamonds versus this, you
looks
can't tell the
identical.
difference. So this is a sterling.
It's beautiful.
Sterling silver version that's gorgeous. Plus, we were saying we love layering it up.
Everything. I mean, earrings.
Yeah, you've got all the little stones like these.
Bracelets.
You know, you're a jewelry
it's
guy.
something for everybody.
Something for
and
everybody.
I love the gold and I love the sterling silver there. Both look good.
There you go. And you know
What's
what?
the
You'll
deal?
also like the prices because everything is 50 to 86% off starting at $13.
Wow.
Yeah, really
Great
good
deal
price.
there.
Incredible.
All right, Margot Elena, another GMA favorite and family favorite.
Definitely. Are you team bath or team shower?
I'm team shower.
Okay, me too. She's probably team bath,
combination.
we honestly have the most luxe products from Margot
Try this
Elena.
one.
Try this. It smells incredible. Grapefruit, a wide
Ooh, I love
assortment
grapefruit. Ooh,
from hand cream, salts, soaps, you name it. Body
oils,
incredible
so popular,
selection.
fabulous. Those soap bars are great. The candles, it's like hard to pick a favorite, both in terms of scent and product from this line. And something else that we love that was something that Oprah really originated is just the beauty of the packaging. Like you're happy to have this in your bathroom. Plus, we love the prices. All slash and half starts at $4.50.
And let me give the stage manager Eddie as far as soap. Not trying to send a message. I'm just letting you know.
All right,
Okay.
Birth date. So I am the biggest birthday person.
Me too.
Love it. That is custom made just for you.
November 21st.
Yeah.
But how accurate is it? Look at
Oh yeah, the quality is definitive, mystic, self-scrutinizing, right on point. Yes. Bergamot, cinnamon, and mahogany.
So you enter the birth date,
That
it
smells
creates a
great.
custom candle. I think you're the biggest birthday celebrant that I know.
Biggest.
We also have their new birthstone necklaces and bracelets. Yeah. So if you have a special occasion or special date, whether it's a birthday, anniversary, they've got a product for you. All slash and half starts at $22.50.
I'm keeping this one. My birthday.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Limitless innovation.
Yeah, so really never run out of battery, which is the key for us. This is the power bank from Limitless Innovations. It will charge your device up to 3 times before it needs to be recharged.
Okay,
So,
which is good.
Incredible.
Plus, it's got the built-in cords. It's got also the retractable AC cord right here, so that you can
Just plug it into
plug
the
that
wall and
in.
charge it.
Yeah,
The
so
cords,
it's
you don't
literally
need to carry extra
everything.
cords.
Exactly. For travel, it's so genius, and it's got the kickstand too. And what I personally love also that it has got the LED monitor there to show you how much battery life is left, so you're never surprised.
Perfect.
And this is you like the pink one, right? It's a really good deal. $40.
You take the pink one, I'll take the black
Perfect.
one.
There
How
you
about
go.
that? Great deal there. London Town.
Yeah, so we both love nail care and foot care. We have it both from nail polishes to foot masks. And
Those are really great. Those are gel socks you wear
Oh, I
overnight.
think, yeah, I'm feeling it, yeah.
They feel so good. So you get those soft feet by morning.
They're polished, yeah, and have a no chip formula in them, so it really leaves that nice shiny glow.
No chip formula.
No chip formulas that
Man.
strengthen your nails. All slash and half starts at $6.
That's a great deal. That's $6.
And then one of our absolute favorites. You gotta tell Michael the story about this.
Check this out. So ever since I was born, my dad has made every family meal, and one of his...
He's a cook, like Chef Stray over here.
Exactly. So some of his best dishes include thinly pounded chicken breasts. So I grew up hearing him pound chicken breast in the kitchen. So I made him this custom gift from Sophistiplate. You can upload a note, a recipe. It really makes for the perfect gift for an occasion or just because.
Just because is always good. You don't need a reason. Just because.
And look at how beautiful. Like, these recipes on here are fabulous. So you chose personal note to Dad, your favorite chef, but the handwritten recipes are gorgeous. I mean, every one of their boards are beautiful. Everyone loves these in their kitchen, and they're all slashed in half today, starting at $37.50 for a customized gift.
50% off. That for customized especially. That is incredible. Emma, Tori, thank you. You're phenomenal. You can bring her to work any day you want. You don't have to wait for this special day with the kids. You know, we partnered with all of these companies on these great deals. You can get them on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. You know, coming up, we're celebrating Bring a Kid to Work Day with some of our favorite kids. Here are some of them right now. But you can meet some of the GMA family who have grown up right here on our show when we come back.
Let's take a look now. Leo and Stella giving their mom, Lori Bergamotto, some last-minute touch-ups before she goes on the air. We love Bring a Kid to Work Day, and Lori is bringing us a look back at some of our favorite moments from over the years. Hey, Lori.
Hey, George, that's right. There have been so many memorable moments, and we love a Bring Your Kid to Work Day at GMA. Of course, they're not shy in front of the camera, right, guys? They're GMA kids. Take a look.
What is happening in our control room?
Here at GMA, we are happy to bring our kids to work, whether it's for a big celebrity.
Hi, Pat! I'm so happy to see you today.
Breaking kid news.
Bring out the dogs, guys!
Cheese. Or viral food trends.
It's delicious, Mom.
These kids always understand the assignment.
Miles and Adrian are going to help me out with the weather. Adrian, take it away.
It's cold today.
They've asked tough questions.
George, how often do people spell your last name incorrectly?
Hyped up audiences.
Give me thunder!
Yes! And landed exclusive interviews.
You're going to get to interview First Lady Michelle Obama.
Will you please convince our dad that we need a dog?
Dad, let them have a dog. While some can be camera shy.
My daughter Elliot is studying over here, so I was here for spring break. Oh no, she got shy very fast.
Hi.
So I decided to put her to work today.
Most are not.
These models really do it all. Oh yes, Mia, you bring it, bring the glam.
We've watched them anchor,
Breaking news!
spot a great deal, and even join the GMA family.
How is it having your dad have to boss you around at work?
Just like home life, I guess.
But the best part about these kids, they put the good in.
Oh, we love going back there. I loved having Elliot in London for that trip.
Yes.
And Lori, your whole crew has expanded during your time here.
That's right. We added little Stella to our crew of Leo. I have my husband here, and my oldest is taking a state test today, so she couldn't be here, but she's been here many times, and it's just the greatest place to bring your kids because it is always memorable.
So memorable and also great. We always see Lori's kids, by the way, in her segments because they always get to be testers as well.
And Brandon, we see your entire family there. Tell us about what's going on.
Well, we met working here at GMA 17 years ago. And so it feels like we grew up on set together. And so to bring our kids has been so special, such a dream.
Did you think that life would work out like this? Will you be back here?
I don't think we could have imagined it, but it really is such a special place to work, and to be able to share it with our girls is really great.
Oh, we love the picture of everyone at the desk this morning, too. Hi, Luna. How are you doing this morning? Good. Good. Well, we're doing great as well. Your dad, Solomon Lang, is a stagehand here. He does amazing work for us behind the scenes at GMA. We couldn't do this.
I feel happy.
You feel happy? Do you think you want to do what your daddy does someday?
No.
Happy and honest.
But I like the shape circle.
Oh, yeah. The circle's round and it has no
Daddy's
end.
a circle.
She has a personality for it.
But
Yeah, we
Daddy has
can
a
see
circle
that.
finger.
She's ready to come anchor the show.
She will be in front of the camera.
Sounds like it.
Well, we love seeing all you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, we want to thank you all for watching, and thank you all for being here, everybody here. We hope that you've had as much fun as we have having you here, and you're wearing these baseball caps because we want you to remember that you're the most important part of our team, and you're the reason we wake up every morning. Thank you, kids. Bye-bye.